Passenger traffic is always very busy. Whenever one train leaves, it is not long until another one comes in. They have to be careful too because if the passengers are cross, it can cause trouble for Sir Topham Hatt. Things had not been well for the main line engines. The passenger count was bigger than ever before. To make things easier for the other engines, Sir Topham Hatt asked Oliver to help with their other work, but even he was having trouble. The engines were complaining one morning before starting work.
I have never seen this many passengers in all my years as a locomotive.
Oh no! Well, what are we going to do?
If we knew that, then we wouldn't be in this problem now, would we?
You call this a problem? I think this is good that we have a popular passenger site.
You think it's good that we all rush off our wheels? Well, no wait, just you two. A fast engine like me never gets tired.
And that was true. How come you got stuck on the hill then?
I wasn't tired. And I thought you guys would long for the chance to pull my train.
Very true. But if I see another heavy train of passengers, I'm gonna run off the rails by exhaustion.
Now that wouldn't be good, now would it? Said a familiar voice. It was Sir Topham Hatt. I know you an old Chad, and Oliver hasn't helped much either. So I'm ordering a visiting diesel to come and help you with your trains. The engines were all worried. They probably knew who it was.
Sir,
asked Henry worriedly.
is the engine diesel, sir?
We'll have to wait and see. But the engines looked at each other with doubt.
The next day, James and Henry were resting in the yard at Sodor Junction when they heard a horn that they knew all too well. It was Diesel. He rolled into the station with a devious smile. James and Henry pulled a face of such disgust that Diesel started to chuckle.
Ha ha ha! Well, I have to work with you lot again, I assume. I guess the top of that brought me back because he knew how useful diesels are.
Far from it. You were apparently the only diesel available, so we are stuck with you. But we need help.
Hard work too difficult for you steam engines.
Oh, Ziff, we are just busier than ever, and we can't do it by ourselves. Plus, if you were the only one available, we would gladly choose someone else. Who would want an unreliable diesel like you?
Unreliable? Not the case. We are the next big thing, and we will show how much more useful diesels are than steam engines.
Well, if you are so useful, why are you the only one unused? Surely everyone would want a powerful diesel such as yourself.
This made Diesel very cross and rolled away wondering how to pay them out.
James and Henry just laughed and laughed. Meanwhile, Oliver was shunting some trucks from a goods train at the coal port when he saw Diesel bumping the coaches fiercely.
Come on, you horrible lot!
Oh, be gentle.
You know, you should listen to them, said Oliver kindly.
Oh yeah? Why should I? And to add to that, why should I listen to a steam engine? Besides, aren't you that engine who ran away from the scrap yards?
Yeah, well, what if I am?
Well, you and your friend should have been broken up ages ago. But don't you worry, our kind will take over this railway soon enough.
Oliver had heard about Diesel's ranting and had decided to ignore him. As Diesel rolled away, he added,
Lots, I'm pretty sure I can pull a passenger train much better than that horrible lot.
This gave Diesel an idea and started to roar with laughter and began making a plan.
This'll really give those steamers a mouthful of their own insult.
This concerned Oliver, and he decided to tell the other engines. Later, after work had died down, he found Gordon, Henry, and James and told them what Diesel had said.
Disgraceful.
Disgusting.
Despicable, finished Henry. I know, so we have to keep a good lookout. You never know what might happen. The big engines just sat in silence and wondered what Diesel was planning. The next few days, Henry, Gordon, and James all kept on the lookout. With Diesel helping the trains, he had been causing trouble, which caused annoyance for everyone. Soon a week had passed, and one day Sir Topham Hatt came to see the big engines.
Tomorrow is a special holiday. and that means all of you will have to take extra trains.
The engines groaned, but Sir Topham Hatt wasn't finished.
I know that Diesel is causing lots of trouble, but don't worry, this passenger traffic will soon be over.
This made the engines feel better, but were still worried. The next morning, Henry was to take the first train, so his driver and fireman arrived early to get his steam up. But he wouldn't make steam properly. "We must call for another engine. There's no way you're going out today," said Henry's driver. This was a massive inconvenience, and at the station, Diesel heard all about it, and saw that this was his chance.
Time to show what I can do.
Meanwhile, the station master didn't know about the situation and thought Diesel was to take the train. When Oliver arrived, he noticed what Diesel was doing. He thought up a brilliant idea, for which he explained to his driver. "It's very risky, but if it foils Diesel's plans, then I'm all for it," whispered to the coaches, who accepted the conditions. Then, they coupled up.
Hey, what is this extra weight?
"Sorry, Diesel. I was ordered to give you an extra coach. There isn't enough room for the passengers."
Fine, it doesn't matter to me. A revolutionary diesel like myself can pull any weight.
"Oh, I'm sure."
Ha! You'll see. You all see.
Finally, the guard's whistle blew, and Diesel took up the strain. Oliver's driver held his brakes as hard as he dared, and Oliver's fireman kept stoking the fire. Oliver pulled as hard as his wheels would let him.
Move it! Come on!
Is that all you can do? Is that all you can do?
Diesel pulled and pulled. Diesel had an old engine, and if it has too much pressure stored in it, it would collapse. Diesel knew this and started to worry. Suddenly, Diesel groaned.
Oh!
Diesel came to a complete stop and his engine broke down. The coaches were bumped around and the passengers were shaking like beads in a cup inside the coaches, which got them very cross. The passengers got out and complained while the conductor went to telephone for another engine. Diesel just growled in anger, and Oliver pulled him back to the yards, and James was sent to take the passenger train. Waiting for him was Henry, along with Sir Topham Hatt, who was very cross.
I thought you were going to be a proper shooter to the engine. Now you can't do that without causing some trouble, can you? It was the station master's fault. I was just nodding. I will not have engines stealing on the trains just to show off your so-called superiority. The engines were just fine before you came. You only made things worse. I will send you back where you belong.
I don't understand you, Diesel. When will you ever learn that steam engines are 10 times better than you on any day of the week?
So Diesel was sent back to the other railway, and after that things had gone back to normal. Oliver was congratulated by Sir Topham Hatt for his actions, and when the passenger traffic was under control, he was sent back to the Little Western. And as for the big engines, well, they worked even harder to make sure that they would never need help from Diesel ever again.